Introduction. Imagine for a second that you had the power to know exactly what women like and what they desire the most. How would you use this power? I can tell you that if you could read women's minds, you'd probably be more confused and surprised. You would realize, for example, that a significant percentage of what women deeply desire in their hearts, they will never express. When asking a man in this video, I will reveal 7 things that women like the most, but will never ask you for. I guarantee that the 6th thing will surprise you. Stay with me until the end of the video to find out what it is. Without further ado, let's get started. Thing number 1, the first thing, be unpredictable. A truly seductive and passionate man is one who knows how to evoke strong and intense emotions in a woman. Do you know what? The opposite of an extremely passionate man is a monotonous, stagnant man who always does the same things. He's a boring man. You can always predict what he will say or do. He always says the same things and takes a woman to the same places. To be a man who sparks passion and drives a woman crazy for you. It's necessary to break out of the monotonous routine and do things that she cannot predict. If you become predictable to a woman, she will quickly lose interest in you. But of course, she won't tell you. You'll notice it from her actions. She'll ignore you, leave you waiting somewhere, and you'll feel that she's not that interested in you. Sometimes a woman simply disappears without explanations. Understand that if she doesn't respond to you or has vanished, it's because she's not interested in you. If she liked you, she would show it and seek you out. She wouldn't be too proud or similar. Don't keep messaging her when she doesn't respond. It will only annoy her. Send one message, and if she doesn't reply, move on. The second thing, thing number 2, listen. It's no secret that women love to talk. Girls learn to express themselves verbally much earlier than boys do. So articulating their feelings is a natural part of being feminine. The problem is that most men don't take the time to actively listen to what a woman says. But here's the big secret. The more you listen to what a woman has to say and pay attention to her words, the more her mind projects good and positive feelings about you. This makes her feel much more attracted to you. Most men engage in passive listening, and therein lies the problem. Let me explain the difference between active and passive listening. Most people pretend to listen without truly paying attention. This is called passive listening. Active listening, on the other hand, involves genuinely focusing on what the woman is saying, asking questions, maintaining eye contact, and showing agreement. This has immense power. Believe me, the more you listen actively, the more control you'll have over the situation. Practice this simple habit and you'll be amazed at the results. The third thing, don't be overly. Thing number 3, respectful. Yes, you heard that right. The big mistake most men make is treating an interesting woman in the same way they treat their sisters or mothers. It's common to hear things like respect. Women open car doors for her, give her flowers, not to mention countless romantic movies that teach men to be almost submissive to women. And yes, there's some truth in this. However, if you really want to seduce and win over a woman so that she wants to date you or even just have something more casual with you, you need to know how to play with her emotions, be bolder, and show through your actions what you really want. These are things an overly respectful man will never be able to do. Tease her playfully, touch her in a playful way, and then she'll see you as more than just a friend. I'm not saying be disrespectful or rude toward women. Just don't be overly respectful, or what's often called a nice guy, don't put her on a pedestal. Here's the famous case of the nice guy who never gets the girl. That's why you need to be bold. Every woman has her angelic side, as well as her darker and bolder side. You need to know how to nurture both sides at the right moment. The fourth thing, dress. Well, thing number 4, imagine meeting a top-tier woman who takes care of herself. She does her hair and nails, pays great attention to her appearance, buys makeup, tans herself takes care of her body. She works hard, studies hard, has goals in life. She does everything a high-value woman does. And when she sets up a date with a guy who shows up, wearing a soccer jersey, shorts, and flip-flops, let's be honest, do you think this woman will be impressed by this guy? Of course. Not learn how to dress well, investing in your appearance, is almost like doping for seduction if you don't learn how to dress well. Remember that dressing well doesn't mean buying expensive clothes or specific brands. You'll stand out from other guys because you'll eliminate most of your competition with this simple habit of dressing well. The fifth thing being thing number 5, control. Do you know one of women's biggest fantasies? A man who is in control. Women love it when their man takes charge. So next time you're out with a girl, don't act like you're with your mother, for example, when entering a restaurant. Choose where to sit. The right thing to say would be something like, "Let's try sitting there while pointing at the spot." Believe me, women surrender completely to a man who shows he knows how to take charge of situations. Unfortunately, most men do just the opposite. They let women completely dominate their lives, not just by lacking assertiveness, but by allowing, even desiring their girlfriends to control every aspect of their lives, telling them what to do, how to do it, where to go, what to eat. They practically become their girlfriend's or wife. We as children don't make this mistake, because once a woman sees you as an impotent man, one who cannot make decisions or protect her, it will be difficult for her to change that impression. The sixth thing, oral sex. The thing. Number 6, sixth thing is not performing oral sex on her. If there's one thing 99% of women would want to ask men about, it's this. It's not just about some minutes of oral sex before intercourse, but rather lying back and enjoying their favourite toy without any rush. Many of my female friends complain that their partners seem obligated when doing it. But a man who does it with pleasure and without worrying about time, focusing solely on satisfying his partner, guarantees maximum pleasure for her. So use this skill as if there were no tomorrow. I guarantee she'll love it much more and feel far more passionate about you. The thing number 7. Seventh thing, say no. I take this opportunity to ask, are you someone who shies away from this, or are you a real man? Comment below, but watch your words so your comment doesn't get blocked. Agreed. Continuing on, the 7th thing you should do is say no. Sometimes women test men all the time to ensure they're with the right guy. Some of these tests include asking ridiculous things just to see how far they can push it. Many men end up doing everything they want and become what is known as doormats. You might think women like it when men do everything they want, but that's very wrong. Women appreciate men who do things for them, but they appreciate even more men who know how to set limits and say no. Pay close attention. Hear women lose interest in you when they realize their world revolves around yours, just like with diamonds. What distinguishes diamonds from any other stone is that diamonds are precious stones. Rare finds scarcity, creates desire, a diamond or anything. Rare is more attractive than something always available. When something is always available, you have constant access and don't feel that strong desire for it anymore. You need to behave similarly. You need to put yourself first in your life. Learn how to say no to people. Especially women, focus on yourself and prioritize your goals. It's perfectly acceptable to help others, talk with women, or do favors. But as soon as you start neglecting your own needs, just to meet theirs, you become a low-value man. Just like those guys commenting on women's photos with things like beautiful, you need to differentiate yourself from other men. Be like a diamond, rare and scarce. Learn how to say no sometimes. And women will start seeing you as a high-value man. Once they realize they come second, they'll begin feeling more attracted because you'll be scarce compared to other men. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If it helped you in any way, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. A big kiss and see you next time.